Hello, it is February 22nd. It's about 11:45 p.m. and I'm talking about Scientology likes to claim a lot of people are committing suicide. Here's a suicide that I'm sure didn't happen. And David Miscavige, the asthmatic dwarf who runs RTC in Scientology right now, he had an issue a while back with his mother-in-law, who found out about certain things he was doing in the cult of Scientology. So she wanted to leave and told him she was gonna leave and go to another organization called Free Zoners. And mysteriously, after they had a big argument, David Miscavige and his mother-in-law, the next day she was found shot with a shotgun, shot at least 3 times. The lady was only about 5'2", and the shotgun was much larger than a 5'2" woman could actually turn on themselves and pull the trigger. Somehow it got rolled out as a murder, and it became a suicide. There you go, of a Scientology so-called suicide. Doesn't make much sense, but somehow they pull off that it's called suicide. Now we have L. Ron Hubbard's son, Quentin. One of his sons, Quentin, was gay, and L. Ron Hubbard was embarrassed about this fact, that Quentin was gay. There are numerous people that knew Quentin very well, and talked about how Quentin was a gay, homosexual young man. Well, Quentin was found, I guess you can call him, dead, and they claimed that it was a suicide, of course. He supposedly put a carbon monoxide with a hose in through his exhaust pipe and put it through his car window, and was found dead like that. And of course it was rolled out anything but a suicide, so they called it a suicide. That was in the 70s. That's another so-called suicide from Scientology. May or may not have happened. I really don't know on that one, to tell you the truth. But knowing being L. Ron Hubbard's kid and being a class 12 auditor, which is the top auditor you can possibly be in the world, and being gay, and by being gay, that being a bad thing by being in Scientology, and being called numerous names besides being put down as someone who's a sneaky bastard and who's evil, which is a good way of defining it, as they call it a 1-1. I'm sure it wouldn't be very fun being L. Ron Hubbard's kid. But anyways, there are some people that I know Scientology wouldn't mind dead at all, and I will read off the list of people that those people are. And I want to make it very clear that the people I'm going to name off right now, I know them personally. They're my very good friends. I talk to them quite a bit. They're not just so-called friends, they're real friends. And these people would never commit suicide. I've talked to each and every one of these people in the last week, and I've talked about this whole situation that I'm going to talk about right now. So everyone I'm going to list off would never commit suicide. So if you ever find any one of these people with these names dead and they call it a suicide, you need to call the FBI, have an investigation, show this video, and go from there. Obviously the first person would be me. My name is Tommy Gorman, and I would never commit suicide. Another lady everybody should know, of course, is Christman. She would never commit suicide. I talked to her today, and I asked her to put something like this on the internet by herself, and hopefully she already has, and if not, she will be very soon putting a video up. Another person would be Arnie Lerma, a great man that put the OT levels on the internet, who always kicks Scientology's ass constantly. And he has that great website that I'm on, and my wife, which is talking about how my wife was raped by a top Scientologist, and Scientology protected the man. Another person who would never kill himself is Gerry Armstrong, the great Gerry Armstrong, found many documents while he was working close with L. Ron Hubbard and exposed L. Ron Hubbard's psychotic writings and showed what a creep he really was, put in the court system and kicked a lot of ass. And Scientology is now trying to silence him because unfortunately they gave Gerry Armstrong a good amount of money in the 80s, and he signed a gag order, unfortunately, and now they're constantly going after him because he speaks out. Another good person that would never kill themselves would be Lawrence Wollersheim. He's the co-founder of FactNet, www.factnet.org, and I'm hoping a lot with FactNet, and one day I'll be taking FactNet over from Lawrence Wollersheim when I'm trained up correctly on how to deal with the whole situation. Lawrence has sued Scientology because they made him disconnect and numerous other things from his family, and he went through, the only one who went through the trial won, and they had to pay out $9.2 million to him. Scientology claimed they would never pay a thin dime. They made 10,000 Scientologists picket this man over 20 years ago, and I was one of the people picketing when I was a little kid with my parents, and Lawrence won. He kicks ass. He's a great guy and a very, very good friend of mine and my wife's. Lawrence never killed himself. I can guarantee that. I bet my life on it. He would not do that. If any of the people I just mentioned are ever found dead and we so-called kill ourselves, it's a bunch of bullshit. We didn't kill ourselves. If we're found dead and it is, you know, a so-called suicide note and that kind of a thing, and it's any of us people that I just mentioned in this video, you definitely need to call the FBI and have an investigation go on, because in my humble opinion that would be Scientology that killed us, because I'm sure they would not mind if any one of us were to die. Another man I forgot to mention is Mark Bunker. He would not kill himself. He's a great man, and he runs xenutv.com. Scientology cannot stand the guy because he's very blunt and right in their face and has good confront level, which is just the way Scientology calls things, when you can get in someone's face and tell them how it is and make them, you know, do certain things. Another name for that would be Tone 40, and that is definitely a word that means you can make something happen and make it go right and push on through and just make it happen. That would be Mark Bunker. He kicks ass. He's awesome. Anonymous, you guys all have seen his videos. He has a great website. Tory's on his website, and he's a great man. So please pay attention to this, spread the word out. A good guy named Sean recently just so-called committed suicide at 39, which I made a video about that. Bullshit in my opinion. He didn't kill himself. None of us think he killed himself, and we know he wouldn't kill himself. Scientology is really mad with him. This man brought out the true harm of Scientology, and he obviously started talking about OT8. On OT8 it says, per documents through the court, L. Ron Hubbard clearly states that Jesus Christ was a lover of young boys. Now that's pretty cruel, nasty, and weird to say that. That's something that Sean exposed constantly. Scientology couldn't handle that. They did not like that. Another thing that's in the court documents, besides the whole Xenu thing in OT3, is that there is no God. There is no God. There is no devil. It's just a whole implant. It's all imagination. That kind of a thing. That's kind of the idea, without saying the exact wording of the whole situation. That's on OT3. That's court documentation. Thank you to Arnie. That's out there. Alright guys, I'll talk to you soon. Scientology, you kill. And my humble opinion, Scientology ruins families, and they protect rapists and child molesters. I'll see you on the next picket, everyone, in San Francisco on March 15th. We're going to kick ass. Anonymous, bring as many people as you can. Anybody else, bring as many people as you can, because we are going to have a huge picket in San Francisco. And too bad Scientology most likely are going to close their buildings down again because they're a bunch of cowards and got lots to hide. Talk to you soon. Tory, bring that big picket down to Los Angeles and keep kicking ass like you always do with Mark Bunker and all the other anonymous people. I'll talk to you guys later. My name is Tommy Gorman. See you later.